Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Echo Your English. We're really happy you're here with us today. I'm Emily, and I'm here with Ryan, and we're just going to have a relaxed conversation, the kind you might overhear in a cafe or between two friends catching up.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here and spending some quiet time with us. Today's conversation is a gentle one, and it's about something we all experience but don't always talk about very honestly.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how to describe your mood in English without always saying good or bad, because if you think about it, most days aren't really that simple.
Exactly. And actually, this came up for me this morning. Someone asked me, "How are you?" And I almost said good automatically, without thinking.
I had the same moment today. I stopped myself and thought, wait, is that really how I feel right now?
And what was the answer?
I wasn't bad at all, but I wasn't great either. I felt kind of steady, a little quiet, maybe low on energy. Not unhappy, just not sparkling.
That's such a familiar feeling. I think a lot of us live in that middle space most of the time, but English learners often feel like they have to choose a clear label.
Good feels safe, bad feels clear, but real emotions are often softer than that.
Yeah, and native speakers usually add something small, even casually. They'll say, "I'm good, just a bit tired," or "I'm okay, kind of distracted today."
I love the word okay for that reason. It's gentle. When I say I'm okay, it gives me space. It doesn't promise too much, and it doesn't sound negative either.
And tone really matters there. "I'm okay" with a smile sounds very different from "I'm okay" with a pause.
Pauses are important. You don't have to rush your answer. You're allowed to take a second and check in with yourself.
Sometimes I say, "I'm doing all right," and that feels honest. It means nothing is wrong, but I'm not bursting with energy either.
All right is a great word for those in between days. Another phrase I hear a lot is, I'm a bit off today. It sounds very natural and it doesn't feel dramatic. It just means something isn't quite right, but you don't necessarily know why.
Yeah, I use that one when I don't want to make a big story out of my mood. Like, I'm still functioning, I'm still showing up, but my head's a little cloudy.
Cloudy is a nice word too. When your thoughts aren't very sharp or you feel mentally tired, saying, I feel a bit cloudy paints a picture.
And it's much more expressive than just bad, because bad sounds heavy. It sounds like something serious happened.
Exactly. Sometimes you just feel drained. Not sad, not upset, just empty of energy.
I say drained a lot after long days. It feels honest. People usually understand it immediately.
Bay's also, I feel light today, which is kind of the opposite. It means things don't feel heavy. Even if nothing amazing happened, you feel calm and easy.
That's such a good word. Light isn't exactly happy, but it's positive in a quiet way.
And I think that's important for learners to hear. English doesn't always need strong emotions. You can be neutral and still expressive.
Another one I like is "I'm a little overwhelmed." That's a very real modern feeling.
Yes, especially when your mind is full. Too many messages, too many tasks, too many thoughts.
And notice how we keep saying "a little," "kind of," "a bit." These small words soften the emotion. They make it sound more natural and less intense.
They're like cushions for your feelings. You're not throwing the emotion at someone, you're placing it gently on the table.
That's such a good way to describe it. When I say "I'm a bit overwhelmed," people don't panic. They just understand that I need a little space or patience.
There's also, I'm not at my best today. I like that one because it's very kind to yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't judge you, it just states a fact.
And you don't owe anyone a long explanation. You can stop there.
Exactly. Sometimes just naming your mood lightly is enough.
And for English learners listening right now, it's okay to borrow these phrases slowly. You don't have to use all of them. Just pick one that feels like you.
Try listening to how it sounds in your mouth. "I'm okay." "I'm a bit tired." "I'm doing all right." They all have different rhythms.
Rhythm matters so much in spoken English.
It really does. And mood lives in rhythm, not just vocabulary.
When someone asks you how you are, it's not a test. It's an invitation.
An invitation to be human.
Exactly. You know, something else I've noticed is that we often mirror each other's mood in conversations. If you say, I'm a bit tired today, the other person usually softens too.
That's so true. It gives permission. It makes the conversation more real. If you're honest in a gentle way, people feel safer being honest back.
And that's another reason good can sometimes feel like a wall. It closes the conversation.
Yeah, good often ends things, but when you say, I'm okay, just a little distracted, it opens a door.
Suddenly, the other person might say, oh, same here, or yeah, it's been one of those days.
And then you're actually connecting, not just exchanging polite words.
I also like phrases that describe your energy instead of your emotion, like, I feel pretty low energy today.
That's a great one because sometimes the feeling isn't emotional at all, it's physical or mental.
Exactly. Or saying, my brain feels a bit full today. That's very modern English.
I use that when I've had too many meetings or too much screen time. It's honest but not heavy.
There's also, I'm feeling a bit slow today, which I personally love. It's kind to yourself.
It doesn't sound lazy, it sounds human.
And that's something English learners often worry about, sounding lazy, rude, or negative.
But native speakers don't hear these phrases that way. They hear them as normal, everyday honesty.
Another gentle one is, I'm okay, just taking things one step at a time.
That one sounds calm. It tells people you're managing, even if things aren't perfect.
And notice how many of these phrases don't explain everything. You don't need to tell the whole story.
You're allowed to keep some things private.
Absolutely. Saying, I'm a bit off today is enough. You don't have to add why.
And if someone asks more, you can decide how much you want to share.
That choice is important.
For listeners practicing English, I'd say this: don't aim to sound impressive, aim to sound honest.
Honest and gentle. Try replacing good just once today, just once. Even something small like, I'm doing all right.
And listen to how it changes the conversation.
Or how it changes how you feel inside.
Language has that power.
It really does. We'll slow down and wrap things up in a moment, but before we do, take a quiet second and ask yourself, how am I really feeling right now?
You don't need a big word, just a true one.
And that's more than enough. As we come toward the end of this conversation, I just want to remind you of something simple and important. You don't have to master all these expressions at once. Language grows slowly, the same way self-awareness does.
Yeah, even native speakers don't always know exactly how they feel. We pause, we search for words, we adjust mid-sentence. That's normal.
Sometimes you start with, I'm okay, and then you realize, actually, you're a little tired, or a little overwhelmed, or maybe quietly content.
And it's okay to discover your mood while you're speaking. You don't have to know it perfectly before you answer.
I really like that idea, discovering your feeling through language, not before it.
Me too. English isn't just a tool to report your mood. It can help you understand it.
So if you're listening today and thinking, I'm not confident enough to say all this, that's completely fine. Even choosing one new phrase is progress.
Maybe today it's I'm doing all right. Tomorrow it might be I'm a bit low energy. Small steps count.
And remember, how you say something matters as much as what you say. Your tone, your pace, even a short pause can carry meaning.
You're allowed to speak slowly. You're allowed to sound thoughtful.
Especially when talking about feelings.
Especially then.
So the next time someone asks you, how are you, maybe take a breath before answering.
Give yourself that second.
And choose a word that feels true, not perfect.
Because real conversations aren't perfect. They're human.
And that's what we want for you. English that feels human, warm, and usable in real life.
If you enjoyed this kind of calm conversation, try listening again later. Repetition really helps your ear relax into the language.
And you can even softly repeat a few phrases out loud just to feel their rhythm.
No pressure, no rush.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
We really appreciate you being here.
If you'd like more gentle, natural English conversations like this, you can subscribe to the channel and join us again.
We'll be right here, having another quiet conversation.
Until next time, take care of yourself.
And take care of your English, too.
Bye for now.